Hey, y'all, and welcome back to Enough Already. And I got a great show for you today. And I'm going to hopefully educate you in the law. In the law. Johnny Law. All right. And just in case you didn't know, I'm Jesse James, and you can call me Jesse. So, um, I hope you enjoyed the last few shows. I had Billy Bob on, and my understanding that was a hit. In fact, I got a lot of email and a lot of comments on that, and I am shocked. You guys like Billy Bob better than you like me. I would say that I'm sad or upset, but I'm not. So at least I have someone that can take my place. Um, I have some surgeries coming up in a month or so, and if I'm unable to do the show, hopefully Billy Bob can fill in for me. Otherwise, I'm going to do my best to do it from my recovery bed. How awesome will that be to see me in pain and on narcotics? Because, they're going to cut my back open and work on my spine. So, yeah, I'm going to be some have some pretty good stuff going on there for a while. But anyhow, God's with God's blessings, I'll be up and about lickety split, and all my pains and troubles will be over. Or we open up a can of never ending pain. Who knows? Uh, it's all up to God. God's will, God's plan. And I trust in Him immensely. So, what are we going to talk about tonight? I was going to talk about the book. I was going to talk about another book. And that is the hardest thing. Doing the research, literally, the hardest part of the show is doing the research, doing the study, doing the homework, review, watching endless hours of videos, uh, hundreds of hours of reading to come up with the next show or the next three shows. It's tough. And as usual, I got caught on camera again with a chew in my mouth. Let me get rid of it real quick. And bam, just like that, I'm back. Sorry, I so apologize. I'm so used to having one in my mouth, and I didn't want to be rude and do my normal thing in front of you. Although, um, I don't think it would be offensive because millions of you do it. So, what am I bringing to you tonight? Ooh, baby. Today's show is about law, as I mentioned just a few seconds ago. Now, I'm sure you have heard this expression: ignorance of the law is no excuse. I didn't hear you. Oh, really? Okay, so let me be clear about this. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. It is your duty as a American born civilian. Your patriotic duty is to know all the laws and not to be ignorant of them. The sad part is that you're getting a lot of your information from websites, uh, media outlets like Facebook, Instagram. Um, that's just the start of the icing on the cake because there's what 150, 160 media outlets now. I mean, WhatsApp and And the list goes on and on and on. All right. So I am not going to tell you the law. I'm going to give you the information you need to go read it for yourself so that you are not an illiterate DA. DA. Yeah. Or a flippin' retard. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that word. It's not a slang word. It's fact. So, just like moron. Okay. So, have you ever watched like cop shows like What You Gonna Do When They Come For You? Bad boys, bad boy. You ever watched those criminals? Have you ever listened to their excuses? That is an illiterate, unpatriotic American foreign nationalist, alien, illegal alien. If you live here, it is your responsibility. It is your duty. It is your sworn oath, so to say, to know the laws. Okay. So if you run a business and you don't know the laws, business laws, and the EPA laws and the OSHA laws and workers' comp laws and all the laws that entail running a business, and believe me, there's a lot of them. You're not going to be in business long. Trust me. You're just not. Oh, sure, you can hire an attorney. Damage is already done when you have to hire an attorney. Okay? Even if you have one on retainer, if you're not aware of the laws, the rules and the regulations, and you're not teaching those important issues to your employees, your managers, your sub-managers, your HR division, all of everybody in your company, then you suck as a business owner, number one. Number two, when you get sued, it's your fault. It's hands down your fault. Granted, there are people that come up with trivial lawsuits, and somehow the courts allow them through. I don't know if it's to set precedents or if it's just to see how comical it's going to be. Don't know. But when it comes to immigration laws, everyone should know about them. You live here, okay, you pay taxes, you vote, you should know the actual laws and what they entail and what is considered lawful, unlawful, subsequent, rule, statute, chapter, act, federal, state, county, city, local, and a long list that goes on and on. So, let's start with a simple one. Okay, just a simple one. I really don't want to go into a lot of this. I just want to get your curiosity up. So, does anybody know what Section 8 of the U.S. Code and the U.S. immigration policy is? Anybody? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the update, the follow button, write your comments below. Copy paste. I have it right here from me. I actually have it up here on the other screen. I've been reading it. I've read it about 7 or 8 times in the last 4 months and probably 80 times in the last 5 years. Each time it reads exactly the same. And I was kind of hoping it was like the Bible. Honestly, I was like, so what is it that no one's getting about this particular law? Is it comprehension? Is it when you read it each time you learn something new, something jumps out at you, something else? So I was like, I'll read this and then I'll read it again and then I'll read it again and then I'll read it again and then I'll see if it changes. It's not changed. It's exactly the same. First time I read it back in 2021. Last time I read it just a few days ago. Actually, I like 3 days before 4th of July of 2026, just to be clear. So it is very, very, very clear. I mean, it is a felony criminal offense if you are an illegal foreigner or immigrant, right, entering into the United States without permission. All right. I'm giving you the short version. Without permission, right, without being vetted, without going through the proper channels. Okay. You can go one step further. Under Section 8 of the U.S. Code 1325 is very clear and to the point. Okay. You go to jail and you get deported. You can also read Section 1101, Section 1329, Title 10, Section 374. You can also read, I'm going to, I hope you have a pen and paper nearby because I'm going to give you them all. Okay. Section 8, USC, U.S. Code, Chapter 12, Statute 1101 through 1107, 1115, 1151 through 1382, 1401 through 1504, 1521 through 1525, 1531 through 1537. That's just to get you started on a clear, defined understanding of what the law says about illegal entry into the United States of America. I don't care what attorney you are. I don't care what state you are, what governor, what mayor, what crazy ideology you have. It is a felony criminal offense, not a misdemeanor, not a civil issue. You are to be retained. You are to go through what they call a hearing, and the hearing does not mean you go before a judge. A immigration hearing can be made up of any agent or agents within a group to review the records, okay, hear your story, okay, and then make a decision whether to vet you, and let you remain, or to throw the handcuffs on you, hold you in a retention center until they make preparations to board you on a ship, a plane, or a canoe and ship your ass back to wherever you came from. In the Biden situation, you had many being dumped down by El Salvador and down by Panama Canal, and they were making their way up through Mexico. And the Democrat Party would send buses down, mind you, load you up, bring you up, and then drop you off, and then go back and do it again. That's why all the videos that we've seen for those 3-4 years everybody was clean and everybody had water and everybody had food and everybody had nice clothes and brand new tennis shoes on. Um, Craziness. But that's what took place. So that is a good start for you, okay, as a human being, as a patriot of the United States of America, by being an American. Even if you're not an American and you want to become an American, or you are here legally and you are working on becoming American, this is a great place for you to start. What I just mentioned, we're going to cover them again. So if you didn't have pen and paper in hand, we're going to go over them again so that you can start to learn and you won't be ignorant to the laws and the rules at hand. Now, granted, these are federal criminal charges. Okay. And the Supreme Court upheld it. So there's no ifs, there's no ands, there's no buts, there's no rebuttal. Unless somehow one of the Democrats are capable of getting the Supreme Court to review this subject once again. Kind of hard to do when there are literally no questions about what's written. Okay. There's no misinterpretation. There's no, oh, you get a smack on the hand and start over. There's no pardons. There's no pardons. You're not getting a pardon. You're getting deported. Period. Right. ICE is coming. Federal agents are coming. The Democrats actually have tried to convince us that no one that's here illegally is voting illegally or collecting Social Security or any kind of Medicare or Obamacare or any kind of care because they're here illegally. What's funny is that our federal agents actually got access to the records, and from the records of Obamacare, Medicare, a list of cares, okay, and Social Security, they were able to track down thousands. I believe the last count was like 14,000 of these people who aren't collecting any of these benefits, American taxpayers' benefits, and they're not voting. They can't be voting because they're here illegally. So we blew that out of the water, didn't we, Democrats? The Republican Party proved every word that came out of your mouth as false, incorrect, and not fact. They were actually able to appertain illegal immigrants by those records because they were, in fact, collecting American citizens' benefits. Oh, the fraud. Oh, can't be. Oh, that's blown out of the water. In fact, everything that Trump and his administration has said was happening back in the first term has come to pass in his second term. Everything. Proved without question. Hands down. Fact. This was and is in fact taking place. So how is it that you can continue to believe these liars? These people who literally could care less about you as an American and care more about third world immigrants that are here illegally. My point to this is real simple. The ideology that is being implemented into our youth across campuses, in schools, through media sources, at some point, there's going to be a major meltdown. It's not correctable because it has went on too long. I mean, it's been going on since 2008. What took place in 2008? Barack Hussein Obama became the president of the United States of America and somehow got reelected a second term. Yeah, yeah. And we're going to cover that in a different show, probably a couple months from now, after I get better from my surgery, because I'll get irate and emotional, and I just won't be able to keep my cool because I have like literally through research, and my kind of research is not getting on Google, by the way. Literally, I try not to get on any of those popular search engines. I bypass them, go direct to the Library of Congress, to the National Archives, to the law books. Harvard University has an awesome library. Oxford has an awesome library. If you know where the history's at, okay, you can find it. Remind you, Google, it's a great search engine for entertainment, okay? If you want to be entertained, that is a great place to go. You can find all your porn sites and all your deep psycho sites, and you can find tons of advertisement. I mean, they have more advertisement on that search engine than Jimmy Carter's Got Peanuts. But yeah, you have to know where to look, and in some cases, I have to pay to find the information that I'm looking for, and I don't always find it because it doesn't exist. And that is called cross-referencing, because you get just as an example, do not take this verbatim. You get a college professor who is teaching at Oxford or Harvard or University of Miami or the University of Florida or Florida State or Ohio University or the Ohio University or Utah University, and their pretext is that they're providing you accurate and factual information. So as a child, you believed them, and when you cross-reference their information through your search engine, which is typically Google, you find, oh, that's what it was true. And then you do an essay or a follow-up report, and you get an A or a B minus on it, and you're like, oh, I love that professor. Well, truth is, the information that he provided you, or she provided you, or it provided you, and I hate acronyms and all these pronouns, so he or she, because that's what God made us, he's and she's. They lied to you, and you believed them. And that is the start of the downturn. It had already begun. It began in elementary school, progressed through high school, but they put the whammy on you at these universities. In fact, the truth be told, over 50% of the students that attend universities or colleges don't ever find a job that utilizes the degree that you got or the certification that you got in life. The other 50% is broke down into 25% dropout within the first year, 2 for sure. The other 25% is a hit and miss, and about 10% of them have families that have companies or connections to companies that do very well and that are awaiting your arrival. But you don't start at the top. You start in the mailroom like you should. In some cases, a favor is passed on and you get that big jump. What we need in life are more plumbers, more auto techs, more carpenters, more electricians, more construction workers. We need people that know how to build bridges, skyscrapers, factories, who know how to make something out of nothing. We need people to work in the steel mill. We need people to mine. We need people to work in our energy departments. We need military personnel. We need great governors, senators, mayors, and other political people. And if you're not willing to get out of the ideology denial that you're in to move forward, these spots are going to be empty. And the sad part about it is we are not going to have people to fill these positions in a decade or two. And they've already proven this. They've proven it. Oh, that's why we need the foreigners. I don't have a problem with foreigners coming into this country. They've been coming here for centuries. Come here correctly. Come here the right way. All right. So did I clear up the whole immigration thing? Did I? Let's repeat. You got that pen and paper nearby? All right. So you're going to want to go to these are just to get you started. Okay. So you're going to want to go to Section 8 of the USC, Chapter 12, Statutes 1101 through 1107. You're going to want to go read 1151 through 1383, 1401 through 1504, 1521 through 1525, 1531 through 1537, just to get you started. Okay, just to get you started. Now, if you have half a brain, you'll read the entire thing and take notes. Okay. This way, there's no question. Now, you can also go to Title 8 of the U.S. Code, Chapter 12 and 13. 12 and 13. And read all of it as well. You can also learn even more by going to 90 FR 8443. You can also go to 90 FR 8467. You can go to 84 FR 19853. And of course, again, these are just to get you started so that you have a starting place to educate yourself so that you don't walk around talking, I'll be nice, through your butt. Okay? And thus giving you the ability to have a educational conversation with someone instead of a argument with someone. So knowledge is key. And ignorance of the law is unacceptable. Period. So hopefully I helped a few of you. Hopefully you do your homework. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the follow button or the update button so that next time we send out a new show, you're updated about it and you can hear the next set of topics that we have. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch the show today, ladies and gentlemen. I really do appreciate it. And I do love all the commentary and I do love your comments. And I do reply. I don't talk about it on the show, but I do reply. I do sit and take the time and I reply to each and every one, even as nonsensible as some of them are. I was talking to a friend the other day and he's like, hey, you know what you need to do? You need to have open forum where people get to write in and you can tell the audience who you're talking to and read what they wrote. And I was like, oh, no, we're not going to do open forum because I don't want to embarrass anyone. I'm not here to embarrass you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help educate you. I'm help point you in the right direction. And hopefully at some point I bring you to Jesus. And with that, may I say, God bless you. Thank you for joining us. Until the next show, be safe. May God be with you all times. Bye-bye.